What is going on, everybody? This is day 16 of scaling an AI agency from $0 to $100,000 a month. February 9th, we're still at $4,000 in revenue. Some major wins we got through today is we ran through our first full talk track for our call. So we had 3 calls today. One of them no-showed. The other one was just super unqualified, kind of caught me off guard. And then the third one was pretty early on in his business. So realizing that we have to frictionize the funnel a little bit. I mean, we were getting cost per calls at like $12, right? So frictionizing that up a little bit, very easy fix. I'd rather have that be the problem than have the marketing be the problem. Okay. And like the VSL be the problem or the ads be the problem. Okay. And then we did a YouTube series rebrand. I switched up the thumbnails, switched up the titles, tried to get them to be a little more engaging and clickable. So hopefully this was clickable. Let me know in the comments. And we did a no-show follow-up sequence. So pipeline automations for the BCGS offer. So when people, let's say they don't answer when I try to call them on the phone, I call them like 4 times in a row. If they don't answer, drop them into that pipeline stage. And then they get followed up with like 8 times every single day, just like pressing the fuck out of them to see if they're still interested in getting a call in. And then we got our Facebook pixel fixed. It wasn't firing off when people were scheduling calls. So I fixed it on the back end, I'm pretty sure now, to where when someone books a call, it should trigger for Facebook so it knows which ads are working really well. And then we added some friction to the funnel. I'm going to add a revenue question to the funnel for sure because I want people to lock in. Okay. I don't want to be dealing with tire kickers. I want to be talking to guys that are making 20K a month. We could have some sort of question in there for something like that, kind of frame it in a good way, like, yo, like whatever, something like that to just kind of make it more of a qualifying process. But that was today. Pretty solid day, pretty good day of wins. Some key learnings from today is that the funnel books calls, but we need to add more friction, which, like I said earlier, I would rather have the problem of like people that are unqualified coming into the funnel. You know what I mean? And the whole purpose of that is primarily we're not qualifying people based on their stage in their business. Okay. So we just need to add 1, maybe 2 questions into that form, which is going to add a lot of qualification and it's going to add a lot of friction. That's going to allow us to get more qualified calls that book in. So we don't have to waste our time with tire kickers, but the funnel books calls, which is a really good sign. So something we should definitely keep top of mind and be grateful about. We did a really good job on the first take of the funnel, and this is still the MVP version. We're not even at scale. And handle objections with questions, not answers. That's something we learned here. In the first call, this guy was asking straight up, tire kicker. He asked about price right away. I was like, dude, like, what are we doing here? Why are we asking about price right away? You know what I mean? He kind of was basically telling me every reason why he doesn't need this. And instead of me asking the question of like, well, then why'd you book this call? I pretty much just deemed it as a no qualification, even though I knew he wasn't going to do shit anyway. But I mean, I could have pushed back and just asked the question instead of reinstating what he said. So just a little rookie sales move on my end. This is my cat Gumbo. He likes to meow and come bug me when I'm recording videos. Hopefully he doesn't walk in front of the camera as he walks in front of the camera. And then the 15-minute call format is definitely valid. I mean, it's saving us time. So we're not having to waste our time when it comes to 45-minute sales calls. But at the same time, if someone's booking a 45-minute sales call, they're probably pretty fucking serious about it. Right. But either way, it's a good way to kind of just gauge interest. And then it's like, all right, like worst case, I think I might implement some sort of low ticket downsell. The guy that I was talking to today, especially for the guys tomorrow, that might be top of mind on the agenda, because if we can just get these guys into a good low ticket downsell, their websites are pretty mid, their Google My Business page is like, it's just, they're not really presentable as a business. We could get them into a simple little downsell, just get them into the ecosystem, at least make some money, liquidate the ad spend. But our format's dialed in, the structure for everything's dialed in. We're not wasting our time, and we definitely won't be wasting our time, even this small amount of time, once we frictionize the funnel a little bit. And then some thoughts for today, the raw reality of entrepreneurship. Now, my experience with this is entrepreneurship is weird, dude. Like you get really good, like you get highs and then lows. And it's almost like you don't even want to enjoy the highs because it's like, it's not going to stay. But you got to enjoy it in the moment. And I think being an entrepreneur is like, in my opinion, probably one of the hardest things to be, because you're pretty much just in the position where you're just doing your shit, man. Like some days could be bad. You don't know what's the right way to go. Sometimes you can be questionless and not know what direction to go into. And, you just got to kind of stay headstrong. Right. You can't get off the beaten path. You just got to stick to what's working and stick to what you know and what you have results in and what you have proof in. So, any entrepreneur out there that's struggling, hey, it's an uphill battle, but the reward and the payoff is so great. it's definitely worth it. And then having a partner is huge. I know there's a lot of pros and cons to it, but having somebody that can help you fulfill with half the business, and it makes it so much easier to scale. And then also you have kind of two minds that can kind of bounce off ideas with each other, right? And you can produce that much faster. And AI isn't able to, I mean, you could technically say it's a partner with no equity, but it's not able to produce in a lot of ways, and it's not able to produce completely autonomously, at least with how we've set our stuff up, right? So having a partner, someone that trust, preferably someone that's related to you that has a deep experience in something that they can bring to the table, it's definitely beneficial to have, and it's a great way to get off the ground fast. And then you can kind of keep each other's momentum, heads clear, and everything dialed in. Kind of using each other as anchors in a sense. Whenever someone's feeling off, whenever someone's feeling like, oh shit, this isn't working, you have one guy's always the anchor. You know what I mean? The role kind of switches off sometimes. Having a partner is huge. Obviously, a lot of people, I've had bad partners. The first business I started, I got a partner in it because I was scared to do it alone. So I was like, shit, I'm going to find some dude from high school that I know that wants to make money. And, he was my homie, obviously, but that wants to make money. And we're going to try to run this shit up together. And I didn't know anything at that point. This was my first ever, entrepreneurial venture. But it didn't end bad, but he didn't really know much. And I was kind of doing a lot of the heavy lifting. And then, once the work starts shifting to like 70, 30, 20, it just gets really tricky in a partnership scenario. And then it's like, oh, like I still want 50% of all the revenue. Like there's a lot of hard conversations that come with partnerships. Then I've had good partnerships. My second partnership I've ever had was really good. Didn't end well, but I would say it ended well, but it didn't last long. You know what I mean? And then third partnership is what I'm already still with now. I think we're about a year in it. So we've been doing pretty good. But yeah, having a partner is huge, man. I mean, it'll get you a lot farther than what you can do on your own. But obviously with AI nowadays, you can still pull it off, but it's good to have that kind of human anchor and someone that can act as a C-suite and be able to, facilitate decisions with you and strategic insight with you, and be able to, pretty much fill in wherever they need to be in the business. And, especially having two partners that know their roles really well and they control their domains really well, and they know what they need to do on a daily basis to control and expand that domain that they're already in. And then the mentorship vertical is real. This is for my mentorship. I have a link down in the description to start and scale your AI agency. I literally handhold you through the entire process as a done with you mentorship. 16 weeks. I walk through literally the entire process with you, get direct access to me as I'm building. You get all the IP, the systems, and everything that I'm working with in my agency right now. We help you build your offer, your funnel, help you do outreach or ads, and then also fulfillment and retention. So it's real. I mean, we're having some validated comments and stuff coming into it. There's a lot of people that are kind of showing interest. So it's real, and it's something that I think is going to be a big factor. That's kind of why I'm doing this series as well. Kind of gives me that middle of funnel content that allows people to kind of see stuff and trust me and, know that I'm a genuine guy and I want to help people, and I think personally, I'm a good teacher. I'm a good mentor. I've done it before. I've been in a mentorship space before, consulting space, and I enjoy it. And I think that it's something that's going to be, I think it's going to be a big factor coming up here in the next couple months. But it's real. It's proven. We have the system in place. Now it's just about getting our first couple clients and students on board and getting them really good results. So if you want to apply for that, click the link down in the description down below. You'll just have to book a quick call with me, and then we can jump on, talk about your situation, and see if this could be a good fit to mentor you. Which, you already know I'm a cool guy by now, so that'd be sweet. But yeah, those are some thoughts from today. Like I said, it was a great day. I mean, I don't think I've ever had 3 sales calls in one day. Obviously, yeah, they're 15-minute calls, but it's kind of like having them spaced out like, I don't know, like an hour, 30 minutes apart. It was kind of annoying. But now that I've gone through one and how simple they really are, I'm not going to really make any prep out of it. I'm going to be able to do a lot of my work in between these calls tomorrow. It's going to be really easy for me mentally. Like the mental load's going to be off now that I know how these calls go, and like that it's really not that deep. I'm just happy I got one under my belt, and a lot of these guys are just yappers anyway, and just got to figure out what they need and if you can supply that need. So pretty simple there. Other than that, I think it was a pretty good day. It was kind of a heavy day on the mind, but just because it felt overwhelming, I think, with the calls and all the other shit that I felt like I needed to do. But I think either way, we're making a good impact and things are starting to move pretty fast. And yeah, man, I mean, having 5 calls come in, we had another one come in today. It's a good sign. Obviously, we need to frictionize the funnel, make it a lot tighter. That way, we don't see unqualified leads and different scaling issues like that, but it's definitely not the issue that you should be worried about when you scale, right? It's a simple issue because it's something you can easily fix with just like a simple funnel friction, maybe a banner on the page. So really simple. Let's get into our day 17 agenda here. So tomorrow's agenda, we have 4 priorities. Priority 1, we have 2 sales scale potential calls tomorrow. The next 3 that we have, 2 of them are solo operators, relatively unqualified calls. The one tomorrow morning, pretty qualified. He's got 2 to 5 employees. He actually has a website, so I could find him. All the other guys I couldn't even find on websites, which is fucking mind-boggling to me. And that these guys don't even have an online presence. That just tells you how behind this trade is. And there's like literally no competition. There's a reason we scaled to 100K in 4 months because no one in our area is fucking dialed with marketing like that. So we have 2 of those calls tomorrow. One's at 10:30 or 10:15, and the other one is at like 1:30. So again, spread out. And then we're going to optimize the funnel a little bit, see what we can do to optimize it a little bit more, how we can, kind of dial it down deeper into an ICP, people that are financially qualified that actually want to scale with Facebook ads and aren't early in the stages of their business, because those people aren't fun to work with. There's a reason these guys are early in their business. They don't have money. And especially in the landscaping world, if they do have money, they're going to invest that into equipment, right? So it's always equipment first for these guys, not marketing. It was the other way around for us. We invested in marketing first, not equipment. And then finalize client fulfillment. I just got to finish up the back end automations. We got in touch with our client today. Scale potential call, not the scale potential call, the launch call will be scheduled here in the next couple of days. We'll get them launched here by latest the end of this week. It just depends on his timeline. So we're excited to get that launched because I think that would be a fun vertical to break into. That was kind of our initial plan, but we didn't have direct results attributed to that niche. But once we do break into that vertical, I think that's a great one to start scaling into because really low competition, blue ocean market, and there's a lot of money. And most of the guys I've only met one integrator, but pretty cool dude. And then if we do end up booking a second call tomorrow with one of these calls, we are going to get into the call to framework if the second call does get booked tomorrow, and kind of go into what that looks like. Okay, so that is the agenda for tomorrow. That is everything for today on today's reflection. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to be bringing out some more top of funnel content, stuff that you can actually digest that's useful and beneficial for you as you scale as an agency owner. So stay tuned for that. But otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, if you have any thoughts or advice for me, please leave them down in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe to follow the journey from $0 to $100,000 with the AI agency. We're hoping to get this done in the next couple months, hopefully before Q3, Q4. So it's doable. We know it's possible. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll see you guys for day 17.